the good old cash cleaning place. Okay. I think it's been a minute since I've been here, so must get bearings. Well, that's a lot of tens. Probably want to put those away first. Starting to see the Asian come out. The way you said okie pokey. I don't think I have any, I don't think I have an Asian accent, but there are certain ways that I like to say certain things, and that's one of them. Yeah, not really. I remember I used to make fun of my dad, though, for, saying fibe with a B instead of a V, so saying five, but he's saying fibe. I think he got over that, but it was pretty funny. Sometimes have a southern accent. Well, it is play, yeah. It's not the way I talk all the time to have a southern accent. Sometimes it's hard to get rid of, though. Get into the habit of using a southern accent. Especially if you watch a TV show that, has, has a southern accent in it. And then you start talking like they do. Because that's how you hear it. It's hard to stop, yeah. It is. Like, I think we were watching Justified, and there's many people on that show that have a southern accent, and we'll just catch each other using the southern accent. It's pretty funny. Hear a country lady in your head saying, "Well, I'll tell you what." You better wash them hands, you'd hear. My grandma used to say wash instead of wash. It was one of the funniest things. And I'll be like, "Did you just say wash?" And she's like, "I said wash." Wash. The soothing music and weed mix is very calming. Ah, that's good. And some Panda ASMR. That's the fun stuff. Most of the time I have pretty calm commentary. Boom, I'm gonna be knocked out. Just knock the F out. We got a lot of money to go through. And we have more dollars in here. Yeah, you're chill. Most of the time. Unless a game crashes like just now. Then I'm just like, oh, sad panda. It's not as fun. fair reason for being upset, yeah, I'd say. Oh, there's trash in there. Oh well. Oh, of course you don't all fit in there. It's probably because of the trash. Whatever, you can take up 2 washers. And there would be times where I accidentally, like, messed something up myself. Where I put something in the wrong spot and just be like, oh, I messed up. I'm just glad that that really heart-pounding moment with the Schedule 1 cops doesn't happen very often to me. I think it mostly just caught me off guard, so I didn't know what to do. Ninja. Definitely not a ninja. But that's hilarious. Oh dear, I'm making a mess. Stop. Thank you. You need to be sorted out first. Fry Recaranda. Ring Reverie. I see what you did there. Package. Catch it. That's what I meant to say. Catch it. Pokey catch it. Say, yeah, you want a flapple, whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you're more than welcome. And then after you get it, I want to know what it is. Either way, you're fine with it. Like, is it a bird? Hoping a floppy apple? Must find out. It's probably one of those later gen ones that are Pokemon. I don't have any words for what that is. Um, it's like a strange lizard thing still inside the shell, but it's using the shell as wings? Oh, man. I kind of regret looking at that. My brain hurts. Oh, it's an apple? I mean, it'd have to be a hollow apple, and then would that be like the worm that somehow... It's an apple. Yeah, I don't. Still weird. A flying lizard dino raptor with apple skin. It's a has a rhino horn, not really wormy. Well, there are horned worms though. I don't know if you know that, but well, Real Estonia has been following for 17 days and 21 hours. I don't even remember seeing that. Ha! You gotta spell it right so we get to get the right answer. Oh, Cuphead. Haven't really played Cuphead. I think the graphics are pretty interesting. They're very old school. Oh, I packed that wrong. Were you trying to tell me to shut it? But you spelled it all kinds of weirdness. It's nice. I know people that have played it and I've watched people play it. I just know that it's not my type of game. But it's got a lot of very interesting mechanics. I read it weirdness. You wrote shit at Wanda. That's what you said. Or Wanda, I guess however you want to pronounce that one. I feel like most of the time it's Wanda. I have some counterfeits. It shall go in here. And one of these days I'll go through all those counterfeits, but for now, doesn't matter. Coins. Sure. We'll just... Oh, this is one of those stupid... What if I hold it in a stack? Then I can put it in there? Yeah, now I can. For sarcastic purposes, it's Wanda. Or is it Wanda? I can just make fun of your uh, words all I want. Oh, where did I put my 20s? Here, I think. Yeah. You want to noodle me again if you don't behave? Or are you going to, I mean? I'd say I'd like to see you try, but I feel like you already know how, so it defeats the purpose there. Come on. There we go. Okay, so if I take all of these loose dollars, I should find, yep, the trash. Well trained in noodling, taught by Master Ramen. Well, if you know Master Ramen, then I guess you must be very well trained. He only trains the best, you know? He was formed from Martian. Unless you have the knockoff. What is it? Nissan? I think the other one's Nissan. It's mostly the more inferior ramen. Yeah, Nissan. One of these days I will probably try the more expensive ramens, but I don't know. I definitely know that, like, trying to make my own ramen is gonna be a heck of a lot harder. Man, I wish this thing would, pick up, or, I mean, I wish it would just dump out like the industrial washer, but that's not how that works. Not in here, anyway. Not sure of the spelling, but something like that. Yeah, I think it's about right. I feel like if you spelled it a little different than that, you'd come up with like Nissan, and that's not quite the same thing. I almost want to run it with that giant pile on the wall, but I feel like it's just gonna fall over like a uh, I don't know, I guess an ice cream scoop that got smashed into the wall and then, it's starting to melt so it falls down. Let's put this here. Yay. I should probably get some sort of a job started here, but I will be right back. So many piles of money. Yeah, we have many piles of money, and I could like mass them. I could put them all together because they're all mostly U.S. dollars, but I don't really. It's harder to manage when it's one gigantic pile of money. Anyway, BRB. Hokey pokey. I'm back. Okay. Yes, big money piles. This one's probably half dollars and half euros. Hi, I'm back. I'm Mobby. Oh, hi, back. I'm Mobby. Dad joking already. Thought you didn't like dad jokes. Are we showing the true colors? The real Mobby likes dad jokes. Speaking of which, dad joke. What did the big flower say to the little flower? Hi, bud. That's silly. That's silly. Just love Gemini, Mobby. He's a moron. Or is he a Noron? Noron or moron? That is the question. Grammar Police Panda has returned. Oh, I never left. Never left. I'm always right, see? Because I've never left. That would be neuron moron. That's slightly different. Neuron is said different and spelled different. You wrote. Not the right because you left? Because you never left? Yeah, see? I have to be right. Because I never left. I've been noodled. 92%. Goodness. Get noodled, nerd. How dare you noodle me? Now I have to noodle. Oh my goodness, you stupid chat thing. Copy that. Now you go over here, and then we'll try that. Huh? Hmm? Yeah, there we go. 10%. Wow, my noodle game is definitely not there. Like at all. Not there at all. 10%. Way to underwhelmingly noodle me. Well, I mean, I guess you gotta take some, you win some, you lose some sort of thing. That one time I got you 100% noodled, so, you know, sometimes you gotta take a break. Waves hands back and forth and pretend fright. Oh no! You also got 100% noodled. I did. I got 100% noodled once. But noodles are fun. I don't know if I've ever had an actual pool noodle fight in real life. Still hitting 90s? Yeah, that's true. But you weren't always. You were not always. They were actually fun to fight with pool noodles in real life? Like, with a pool setting, or just randomly? Practice makes perfect? It's probably at least better, if not perfect. This feels weird to be standing on Euros, but that's just where the output is going. Day 2 of Noodle Manhood, learning how to use your noodle more efficiently. Haha! Can I get this as an audiobook? I don't want to read it. And in a store, on shore, on the floor, anywhere is good way to noodle. I see what you were going there. I don't think we're talking about noodles anymore. Take that. I have a lot of 20s. You want a How to Be a Man audiobook? Well, more like how it feels to be a man. Might be interesting. Dictated by who? I don't know. Don't know. You could probably do it. start selling your voice on tape for books? I don't know how good you are at reading aloud, but I don't know. Pretty good when you're finished, I'll say that much. It sounds fun. I feel like if you read anything, it would become sexual. Because that's how your brain works? Or... Jimmy said yes, exciting to his brother. When he said it, when he asked if he wanted to see his ball. Now see, me reading things aloud does not work out well, because I trip over my words way too often when speaking aloud. Usually I end up, sometimes typing weird things. Like, it'll be the wrong contraction just because I'm thinking about one thing and my other half of my brain is trying to finish the thought. While trying to keep things spelled correctly. It won't have any context. My brain's just weird though. Sally walked into the store searching for intent. Oh, with intent. To find just the right cucumber to toss with her salad. Now see, that is on purpose though. You can't say that that wasn't meant to be dirty. It would be the most innocent things that become sexualized. Well, you have to keep your composure, so even if you say something that sounds dirty, you keep going with it. Just pretend it wasn't there, you know? I don't know, I'm just talking out of my butt here. Me trying to keep my voice smooth, I feel like would sound like bedroom voice. Panda booty. You get a banana booty with your banana twerky stuff. Yeah, that's the one. And whatever that is. Like a panda worm. Or, I mean, not panda, banana worm. That's just weird. That's weird to say. It's wiggly. Yeah, it's wiggly, alright. You think it's a nod or a dance? Yeah, it could be. I feel like it's whatever you want it to be. Mostly because it doesn't really, you know, say anything specifically. It's whatever you want it to be. Certainly looks dirty. Well, it's a banana. It's kind of hard to avoid that. Could be humping. Could be, yeah, could be. Or it could be that SNL skit where the guys are just nodding their head to the side. Because it's three guys and you got three bananas there. That was such a good skit. Back when SNL was good. By that logic, it could be the voice. That's true. That's true. Just Whoopi and Roseanne just chatting. Roseanne. I didn't really like that show at all. I don't know if you ever watched it seriously, but it always gets on my nerves. The singing voice for talk show? Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, no, you were asking me. The talk show. The talk show is the one that is annoying. The voice, the singing show isn't so bad. Sometimes you can get some pretty good contestants. Whatever those people are called. I'd say volunteers, but that's not quite how that goes. Participants. Maybe? I don't know. Whatever. You've never watched The Voice talk show? It's not very good. When I was working somewhere, they used to have The Voice talk show on the TV. So it was like right around the same time we had break time. And so it would just be going on the TV, and I wouldn't be able to get away from it without, having to leave the room or somewhere. But it's just like really annoying to listen to them bicker. That's really the thing that irked me. Besides the fact that I'm pretty sure they're encouraged to bicker. I don't know for sure, but I feel like they're encouraged to bicker. You did watch the Voice TV show with Snoop sometimes? She'd watch it, so I'd watch it with her sometimes. What do you mean by she? Are you talking about, like, watching The Voice with the girlfriend? Did you have a girlfriend that liked watching The Voice? No, a roommate who passed earlier this year from cancer. Oh, that's so sad. She was older like a mom. That's a nice role of a roommate to have in your life. I remember I used to have a roommate that was older when I used to live in a different state, and he was sort of dad-like. He let me do whatever I want, pretty much, well, within reason. He even complained about the driveway getting dirty because of my car. Not like really complaining, but that was one of his pet peeves. It was such a long time ago. Did your car leak oil? Yeah, that's what happened. My car was leaking some oil on the driveway, and he didn't like that. Originally, my car wasn't leaking oil, so it wasn't a big deal to have it parked on the driveway. But as soon as it did start leaking oil, then he was like, "Oh no! How am I gonna get this off of the driveway?" You like my old man voice? I can see it being annoying. Yeah. Well, the good thing is that I found out, that you can just use Coca-Cola on the driveway to make that go away. It's crazy the things that Coca-Cola will clean. Like super glue. And your driveway. Was it black top or concrete? Concrete. It was concrete. I don't think I've ever had blacktop as a driveway. Yeah, that would stand out. Yes, indeedy. I don't know if it worked for him because I had moved out by the time the stain had actually appeared, but I told him to use Coca-Cola to clean it. All you have to do is like pour it onto the concrete driveway, let it sit for a little while, and then hose it away. So good to digest. Yeah, to digest it. It's doing wonderful things to your insides. Yeah, Coca-Cola. When I was going to school, I had a forensics class where we had like this fish tank sort of thing. Maybe it was a terrarium, I don't remember which one. I mean, it's basically the same thing. But anyway, and we used super glue on the sides of it. It was being vaporized to reveal fingerprints on the inside of the tank. And the way to clean that super glue off of the tank was just use Coca-Cola. You pour it in, wait for a while, rinse it back out. It's gone. Magic. Presto. Both taste good and amazing degreaser. Yeah, definitely. What is it with girls and trying to watch ways to get away with murder? That's not what it was about. It's not what it was about. Back in my forensics class, well yeah, it was called forensics. I just thought it was really interesting that the way physics work with the way fluids run, if you throw something or you have a splatter of some sort, it comes from a certain direction and it'll show that in the splatter pattern. Or the fact that everyone has a different fingerprint and you can see the different minutia of people's fingerprints. They'll have different patterns. It's interesting stuff. Sounds like you know how to remove fingerprints. Well, I do. It's also extremely painful. I hope nobody ever does that, but a useful tool for avoiding arrest. Yeah, I imagine so. But I'm pretty sure most people will not be willing to go through the excruciating pain that it takes to remove fingerprints. Good for knowing what's gonna be stained with blood when hitting their head with a bat. It's a good tool for murder. No, it's good to know how things happen. So, I don't know how that would be ever useful in my life, but it was interesting. Maybe it'll help with like tracking animals to know which way they were going. Like which way they were walking. Eventually I'm gonna have to start tracking some animals in order to hunt efficiently. Forensics 101 sounding like how to get away with murder 101. Yeah, I mean, it's similar there, yeah. Sure, animals. Yes, animals. I'm not gonna hunt anything else. Right, wink, wink. I am not a murderer. Never murdered a thing in my life. Maybe some bugs, spiders, things like that. Those I'll murder. Mostly because they got into my house. I always feel like really terrible when mice get into the house. 'Cause they don't leave alive. I wish our cats did a better job, though, of catching them. 'Cause my goodness, they just like playing with the mice. Yeah, mice. That's a Midwest problem. You'll get mice in your house. 'Cause they find a way. What, do you live in the woods? No. I don't live in the woods. I do live near the woods. Near. There's like a small wooded area that's between my house and the next like apartment people behind us. So I'm pretty sure that the mice like that area. But it's nearly unavoidable to not have mice in your house in the Midwest, from what I've heard. Wow, that didn't fit all the way in there. Okay. I can't tell if I got all the messy dollars. I hope so. Oh no, there's some back there. Oh no, I did it again. No. Oh, that's such a pain. Such a pain. Alright, no, no, no. I didn't mean to hit start. Just want to pick it up. F that. Little shits better pay rent if they live in these walls. They just come in from the cold. Especially around this time of the year. Starts getting cold outside and they just go anywhere that it's warm. Oh my goodness, cat. It's my computer and my mouse and everything. You can't play with that. I'm sure they're nothing like the New York rats. Well, that's very different. New York rats are sewer rats from what I've heard. In which they're terrible. They will probably bite you. But the mice here, they're not nearly as big as the sewer rats. They're very tiny mice. And she just plop on your keyboard. Well, sort of. It's more like she decided to stick herself right in the middle of my gaming workspace, you know, like on my table and stuff. So right in front of my monitors as well. It makes it very hard to see. But yeah, she did hit that key. They're my paws now. She claimed him. Must have. I feel like that's not I feel like it was angled too much. I bet this way. That's probably better. Let's hope for the best. I want to get in here. Ah, I just stop it. Okay. Come on. I can't scoot too far, otherwise this box will move. Nope. It's too far over. I hate lining this thing up so much. Maybe? Nope. Needs to be closer. How about now? Okay. I think that's more livable, but I can't really tell. You can tell every time you do it, you have to fuss with it several times to get it to work right. Yeah, yeah. That's very annoying. But I mean, to be fair, this table did need to be moved. I was just procrastinating on it, so it's doing it kind of did me some good to accidentally mess it up. Okay, I think that's good. It looks like it's staying in place. I do wish that things would sort of maybe funnel or something into the machine that I want it to go into, but I'm living with it, you know. I'm coping with it the way I can. Can only do so much. Coping is a bit strong. What, you don't think I'm doing a very good coping job? Probably the most I've ever said the word cope. Isn't you placing that the way you do kind of already cheesing? No? What, just because I'm using the cardboard box to prop it up? I don't have any other way of doing so. The other way of, that I could possibly use these money counters is to, or I mean, money sorters, whatever you want to call these things, is to have them just pile up on the floor or something. It's not intended to shoot from one machine to the next, is it? I feel like that was part of the intention, but I don't know for sure. Plus, who doesn't like efficiency? So even if that wasn't part of the design, then, you know. I figured a way to make it work. I did find out that even though it's weird, this, when ejected, like directly into the dryer, it will go in there as long as you put it right next to the dryer, because it flops out onto the floor like that. But if you have a dryer either on its side laying down or right in front of it, it would drop right into it, and that would be more efficient, but it just looks ridiculous, so I don't do it. If it worked a little better, I would keep it, but it's weird enough trying to put the boxes on their side, which I'm so glad that they did not go flying everywhere when loading into the save. That's progress. I don't know why I didn't notice that when I started this game just today, but well, it works, but it seems like a weird setup. Yeah. Yay for easy life. No more chaos when you load in. Yeah, it's very annoying when these boxes and pallets they get somehow jostled and get out of place. I think they're like right up against the wall though. Yeah, those boxes are. And usually everything that gets right up against this wall, for some reason, just gets effed up. But not this time. Not this time. Maybe there was an update. It's very possible. I haven't read every update that this has put out. But something tells me that it wasn't an update. I feel like it was just the luck of the draw, you know? I got lucky. I should probably do something with all these bags, because they're kind of all over the place now. I didn't have so many earlier, but now they just look like a jumbled mess. But I'm gonna put that off for a while. I don't know how often I'm gonna get those bags, but I don't think it's very often.